the heck? They have a bunch of new options. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. There we go. Can it go off? There we go. Alright. Hello. No. Alright. Well, I'm here to do the readings for the member peoples tonight. Or the super chat people or whatever peoples. I need to tell people. I'll try it this way. All right. I know, let me think. I think I'll do one for, what's his name there? Chris usually is open to receive, so I'm gonna start with Chris's. I've been alright. I've just been dealing with a lot of pain. Physical pain. Which makes everything fucking hard. Like taking a shower is extremely hard. But what are you gonna do? It's alright. I figured out what it is finally, so that's good. There we go. Do that. Done. Send. Send. Done. Alright. So, thank you. When I was a little kid, I got cat scratch fever from a cat. And, I got treated and it was all good, but then when you get Lyme, there's co-infections. And so I finally found that that's what the co-infection is that I have. Like, it makes your feet swell up, and it hurts to put on socks, it hurts to put on shoes, and then you get like these like things like, and it can get really, really bad. Like it can be really, really bad. So I'm grateful that it's only what I have, but it's the same thing. It's cat scratch fever, Bartosia or something. It's a fucking parasite, but I've been taking medicine for it, so hopefully it will heal. It healed last time, but I never knew what it was until just recently. Like, I found pictures, and I'm like, that's exactly what it is. It looks exactly like my fucking feet. I have not done any readings yet, but I was going to start with you, Chris, because you're usually the person that will say that you're open to receive, but if you have a question, let me know. It took me a while to get on here because I mistakenly took a shower. When you take a shower, it sets it all off again and makes it hurt really bad. What? You found out that he abandoned you at age 2 because he wanted daughters or didn't want daughters? I've been finding out a lot of shit too lately, like, and I said that because in the Patreon people, there's a lot of things that have been coming through for like a while. I know I haven't been on here, but there's just been a lot of shit that I've been finding out and things that I've been, putting pieces together with. And I said that recently. I was like, I feel like people are gonna be uncovering some stuff and remember, because like I have a lot of things that I don't remember. My brain is just empty for like big chunks of my life, but I'm starting to remember shit that I didn't realize was a thing. Checking, thought you doing the live. What is today? Oh shit! I thought today was Thursday. Whatever. How did it? This is really like the time has really been fucking with me. Like the other day, it felt like it was 4 minutes, and it was like 4 hours. And I've seen other people saying that, like, I screenshotted someone's comment yesterday because they said the same fucking thing. They're like, sometimes 4 minutes is gone in 4 hours. Like, it's just, and I'm like, because I had said it the day before to someone, and I was like, something fucking happened. But whatever, I'm here. I'll come back tomorrow, because now that I've showered, I won't have to shower tomorrow night. I can come back tomorrow night at 9, specifically. But whatever. I'll do some readings, whatever. I missed last week because of my brain. It also impacts your brain, Trying not to go off on Steven's family. Did you answer that question about... and I'm trying to not go off on Steven's family, who's now in our home, but I'm glad that Crystal is out. What the fuck, man? You finally got that person out, and now you got other people in? I meant that he didn't want... Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you meant. I was like, wait a minute, aren't you a girl? But I don't want to fucking offend anybody, because who knows? And I was like, what? Pretty sure you're a girl, but I don't know. I could be wrong. So yeah, Chris, I'm here. Do you have a question, or you want just to be open to receive? Yes, you are. Good. Glad I was correct. Sometimes start questioning yourself. This world's fucked. Some of the stuff that I've been seeing. I'm off. There's a video coming on Patreon soon, which is like, it's connected to other stuff that's been coming through on there, but I was like going off on stuff. I can't, like, because I was so frustrated by certain things. It's just like the dumbness that happens. I'm like, why are we doing this? Why do we keep doing it? I don't want to keep doing it. There's a person that's been like getting taken over, like heavily bad by some of the AI, and I've been watching it happen, but it's again a reflection of the person. He's psychotic, he's psychotic. But I've also been trying to figure out if it's just for views and money, because he has been making a lot of money off of it, but he's literally like gotten to the point now where it's crazy. But then I found other shit that was connected to what I had saw, so all of that is coming. But it's the stuff that has been popping up over and over lately. It's just like these messages of everything is a manifestation of our consciousness. So sometimes if we're not feeling, like, he's been definitely like manic and psychotic, like not okay psychosis, and you can see that reflecting around him. But let me see what comes through for Chris. Alright, so you get the Death card, and we also have the Temperance card. So I feel like there's and this has been coming through a lot. And I just saw 72. For some reason, I was thinking about 27, and I saw 72, and I don't know why my brain was there. Maybe I saw it a moment ago. I don't know. But you also had the Sun card and the Argatha card come through over here. I feel like there's a major transformation that's happening for a lot of people right now, regardless of your sex, regardless of who you are, where you are. But I do believe that there's something that's like helping people to balance Like, we have been on a predominantly heavy energy of a masculine planet for a long time, but we have also been having a lot of weird shit with, like, men becoming very feminine, or things going on in this collective that is, like, feminine. But it's, like, it's in a inverted, like, not the greatest way, the way that they're going about it. It's like manipulative and stuff. So, because, like, the sun is the masculine, Argatha for me is the inner earth. That's the masculine. Like, Gaia is the thing outside, and that's the feminine. Earth is the core, it's the rock, it's the thing inside. That's the masculine. And the fact that both of them are coming through, I feel like there's something transforming for you to balance out the masculine and feminine within your life. And the next one under that was unified duality. Yeah, there's been big changes on the home front. He let his friends move. What the fuck is going on with you guys? Hello. She just got rid of somebody and now someone else is. Who the fuck did he let move in? That's weird. That reminds me of something. I had, like, a vision of something like that, and I don't know who it was connected to. I don't know if it was when I was talking, because I've been having dreams, and the dreams sometimes feel real, but they are real. It's like a fucking another reflection. But you got the unified duality, infinite love, like, you know, and again, this is feminine number 13, unifying the duality of masculine and feminine, you in the contracts. Ooh, in the soul family. Yeah, like, we are being pushed at this point to be like, you know what, motherfucker, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with your motherfucking stupid shit. I'm gonna step into my fucking power, and I'm gonna tell you to go fuck yourself, because I'm, like, not dealing with this. And that is, like, because I think a lot of us think that, like, oh, but you're a healer, you're so nice, you're so loving and kind, and you forgive so easily, and you keep your mouth shut, and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes, you know, that's the thing that the healer needs to heal. You are here to heal yourself and others. Sometimes that's the time that you're like, you know what? I'm going to stop being, like, it doesn't mean I'm going to be an ass. I'm not going to go to the dark side, but I can stop nurturing people who don't nurture back. I can stop silencing in the face of, like, your fucked upness. Like, I'm not going to let you do this to me anymore. I'm not going to just sit aside and watch you fuck everything up. And then Gaia needs you to ground your light, which is the feminine energy that goes with the masculine energy. So there's definitely a lot of this, like, just coming into the power that needs to be had within yourself to nurture yourself, love yourself, nurture others and love them, but also, like, go set off. I feel like I did see this card, dance your troubles away, but I when I saw it, it's like, I'm going in a different direction. Like, fuck you, dude. I'm fucking out of here. You're dumb. Like, I'm not putting up with your bullshit. I'm going to say no. I'm going to cut cords, and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm not going to let these things happen. And paying attention to the synchronicity, the 1111, and all the numbers that come up at this time will help you as well. And look, I put the cards back, and they all fell out again in like the, here's the masculine, here's the Argatha, and the healer. Is you're meant to heal yourself and others through this karmic contract that you have, that is in a logical way. That is the masculine vibration. Because sometimes we let our emotions, like, I'll feel guilty for thinking or feeling a certain way about somebody that has done horrendous things and just treats me like a piece of shit, and I'm like, but I feel bad. And it's like, logically, we shouldn't do that, because if we lead with the, I care about you and I know you're a fucking moron, like, I'm gonna keep letting you do those things. Sometimes you gotta go to the more logical aspect of it. And then was sprung on me last minute. I had no say in the matter. Of course not. Oh, hey, by the way, they'll be here in 5 minutes. I've had things like that happen. It's so, I do feel like people are being pushed at this time to stop letting that happen. And, like it's okay if it happened, right? But, like, to not entertain it, to not let that, like, don't let yourself stay frozen there or stuck there. Like, if you want to, like, you can leave and, like, set it off on a whole new path. And sometimes that's scary to us because we're, codependent on the toxicity that we've had our whole lives. But if he wants to have other people moving in, then that's fine. You can, you know what I mean? I feel like they want you to, like, put your foot down in this situation, because, you know, that's not all right to just do that, especially in the circumstance. Be calm, anchor your energy. Like, you don't have to be doing it like, fuck you, freak out, like he would, but, just do what you feels right for you. Like, you could do silently and just be like, you know, I'm just gonna go my own way. Like, I don't want to stay here where there's all these fucking secrets and darkness and painful, things happening to me. Let's see. Okay, tarot with the stars. Yeah, there's been, his family moved themselves in after they got Crystal out. That's so fucking weird. This is so weird. Like, this is what I mean, though. Our collective goes through weird ass shit at the same time. It's like people who don't even know each other. Like, there's me and Jenny hadn't talked for like, I don't know, a long time. Because like the last time I talked to her, she like there was like you know, and then we weren't talking. Okay, we weren't talking. Like I would still give her readings and talk to her here and there, but like we just like fell out. Okay, then she just comes back and she's telling me stuff that's going on, and it's to the T exactly like the same fucking shit. Exactly the same fucking shit, and it's like this is crazy. It's fucking crazy. Create the pathways. I feel like it's time to create a new pathway and believe in spontaneous healing. I feel like for some of us, staying in these circumstances where we are treated poorly, or like they're saying to break the negative cycle, where the cycle keeps repeating, or where we find ourselves like I saw Francesca the other day on Instagram. She's somebody that's got like she came out of like I don't know nowhere at one point and was just like kept blowing up, doing her videos. And I've seen her grow. So, and then she got a huge farm and she's like doing all these great things. But then the farm got flooded. And then this thing happened. And now this thing's happening. And like, even in her circumstance, it's like, it's very much a similar theme. People who are changing their pathway, moving in a new direction, illuminating stuff that they might not have seen happen. Like I didn't know that piece of information, but now that I do, that's going to help me to go forward on my path, or empower me to rise to the occasion and be like, fuck this. I'm not going to stay in these energies. And prepare for a major event has been coming out too. And that's something else that I keep seeing. And I like shared the other day with the Patreon people is like, you know, there could be some bombs. Like, but like, don't focus on too much because then we add to it, we create it. Like you're immortal. Make your decisions carefully. No matter what we think or do here, it's our decision. And at the end, like even with these major events and things, like sometimes the thing that scares us the most, or is like the most painful, the most negative, the most dark, is the thing that's going to help us actually reach our goal. It's like when we finally break out of those things, or we stop making excuses for, you know, other people's bullshit, when we start to protect ourselves, we will make a big difference in our lives. Then we can help other people in a different way, because we'll actually, you know, be somewhere that is more beneficial to us. There's not that toxicity. There's not that like karmic fucking loop. There's not that stress and that anger and that like it's very hard. Like one of the reasons I have not come on the fucking channel and like made content is because I can't pretend I'm okay when I'm not. I can't pretend like all this other shit isn't there, and I want to be like blah, 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 and if I don't blah, 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 every time I try to do anything else, it comes through. So I can't I can't talk to you guys. I can't like without that blah. So it's sometimes hard, but we got to acclimate. So accept where you are, and just know that everybody's going through these things right now. It's not like a one and done type of situation. I find there's major transformation. We're going into the shower, connecting with that moon energy. That's like the hidden, like we have stuff wrong with us. We're uncovering things that we have been entertaining. We're uncovering, why are we depressed? Like, why do we have this thing happening? You know, why am I settling for fucking shit that's beneath me? And it comes from Atlantis. It comes from the past lives. This is a cyclical place, and it keeps happening again and again. And we got to break that fucking cycle. I told his mom off because she was trying to force me to look for other men, and I refused. My heart belongs to Steven. That's what I was working on currently, is cutting cords. Yes. LOL. Oh, and his mom was demanding me to be nice to Crystal, and I told her no because she treats me and Steven like crap. Boosh, hello. Yeah, I was gonna message you earlier, but I was trying to get ready to come on here, and also, and I'm so dumb. Like, I thought today was Thursday. I don't know why. Like I told you, the times have not been right. Y'all are two peas in pot. Dude, it was fucking insane. Like, even names of people happen with me and her. It's like, oh, me too. Yeah. Like, stupid, weird shit all the fucking time. But a lot of us are, yeah, you're unique. unique. Like, your lived experience is unique and meaningful. Share your story with others. And that's because even though your story is unique to you, and you probably don't, like, a lot of people feel alone, a lot of people feel crazy, a lot of people are biting their tongue. I saw a video the other night, right, of a girl who had like barely any subscribers. It was the first video she's made again in like a year, and it was like blah, blah, blah. And I just clicked on it, and every fucking thing that the girl said is exactly the same shit of how I've been feeling, what I've been dealing with, like, and like what it does and what it makes you feel and how it like impacts you. And it's like even to the fact of her not wanting to like share. She's like, I know I haven't been here because I can't fucking pretend. I've got so many things that I've recorded or written that it's like I can't share it because like I don't want to, first of all. And like when I try to do something else, like I said, it turns into something else. I start channeling, second, like, that's that big thing that's looming there again. So I've been working on like healing that shit, getting through what needs to get through the shadow transformation, the stuff that's under the surface, getting clarity on it, like using our logic to go deeper and shifting the frequency that's surrounding it. But also we do need to share our stories with others. Stop holding back our truth. When you like, don't force yourself to do it until you're ready, but just make sure that you're ready. And don't there's stuff that's inside all of us, each of us, that when we share it, we will plant the seed that's going to help us to connect with the right people or the right opportunities. Some of us might feel like afraid to plant our seeds to connect with people because people seem to do certain things, but there's other people out there that you can help inspire and lift up. The mission needs a reassignment. I feel like they're wanting you to just be like fed up. Like sometimes that happens with us. We just gotta keep getting fucking mad and frustrated or treated like shit. Yeah, like, what is true? Who is real? What will the time reveal? I feel like these things, this darkness, this chaos, and your masculine energy is telling you you're spiritually protected. You got to shift out of there and not stay in that thing. Don't feel like you owe somebody else. Like, what have they done for you? You know, like, what do they do for you other than cause you chaos and all of that? I feel like starting to make a plan, logical plan of like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to shift it to a whole new timeline, to a whole new place, because I don't want to keep entertaining this shit that's not helping me to evolve. I'm getting like different places too, like Peru and Asia, Ireland. You could travel islands. You could go travel the world, man. You only live once. Don't let that person keep you in a place that you're not really happy to be in. Or prevent you from finding the people and things out there that are meant to connect with you. You've been getting that message too for a while of like, put yourself out there, share it with others. You don't even have to do it in a way of like, hey, this is me specifically. Now you got all this AI shit. You can make a fake you can make a fake name, you can do whatever you want, but you can still like reach people. But they're telling you to prepare for a major event, and breaking the negative cycle is creating that pathway for you to get into a new place where you're meant to be. You're not alone in the universe. You're not the only one dealing with what you're dealing with. And there's fulfilling opportunities on the horizon that are going to make you feel better. Move within the flow. Get out of the fucking ickiness. Crown yourself king of your life, you know, and do it, feel guided to do, but you can have victory and success instead of like karmic and ickiness. All right. Steven's been trying to get away from Crystal, but his mom keeps pushing him to stay with her just to keep us apart, and it sucks. I actually had a dream about having short hair when I went under anesthesia for surgery. That's weird. Do you know when you go under anesthesia, you actually feel and know what they're doing to you the whole time, but because anesthesia is anesthesia, it just makes you forget that, like you're going through severe trauma, but then you forget. I'm like, that's fucked up. But you don't really forget because it's under the thing. You're an integral person, and your honesty and openness are greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. My mom and dad and brother died in a car accident. All life regret. Hello, I'm sorry that happened. I thought it was today, Jenny, for some reason, because I'm stupid. At least I'm not late. I thought I was like, I'm so dumb. I'm an hour late. Nope. I'm a day early. You're not dumb, Susan. I've been having some problems with the brain. It slows it down a little bit. She came inside. How is she still around if she moved away? To get away from Chris. Where the fuck is this bitch? Did she move to the basement or move next door? What is going on? And kept texting and bugging him. It's sickening. I'll admit I'm afraid of people. Yeah, I'm afraid of people too. Me too. It's just one of those. There's a lot of fucking shitty people. You know? I don't blame anybody for being afraid of people. That's what Peru would be. I know. That's what I have a couple of people who've been mentioning, like, you know, retreats. People who want to go on retreats. For a long time too. There's people who have been asking me to go there for a long time, and other people have been like popping up. Like, I got a lot of regular people on my Etsy and stuff, and I know people want me to go to Peru. I feel like I should go somewhere like closer by first, just so like I have it, like, you know, or just go by. Maybe I could go by myself and feel it out, which sounds crazy as a girl, right? I'll just go by myself to make sure that you will be safe. But I'll get back maybe, and if I do, we can go together. I just got this too. There's something about this. I feel like you're not gonna get like the love and the nurturing and the things that you want out of life staying in this place that you're at. You know what I mean? Like, there's something more out there for you. There's people out there for you. There's an empress out there for you. Dad is not your empress. And like me, right? Dad is not my emperor. Like, I have not even like dated or done like any, and I've said it before, like, if I had to leave the circumstance that I was in when I did, and I had to be single at that time, I most likely would have already been in a relationship by now. Would it have been healthy? Probably not, because I was just coming out of an unhealthy relationship. But as a girl, that's like one of the things that my whole life I've always had a boyfriend. I wasn't a whore. I didn't sleep with a bunch of people. It was like, you'll be all right for the next 10 years. You can stick around for 4 years. Like, it wasn't like short term, like, but a lot of times they weren't healthy, and if they were healthy people, I was like, you're boring. You're not beating the crap out of me. You're treating me like shit enough. You're not karmic enough for me to stick around for this. So, but then for like the last 7 years, I've stayed by myself. And it's like, because I think there's that, like, it's not as difficult to live single when there's somebody else around, at least, you know? Like, my mother was never able to provide anything to me, so even when I was around her, or like, you know, it was, I could go home and struggle, or go with a guy and struggle. But I do feel like there's a thing, like, I think you've spent a lot of time by yourself too. There's obstacles being removed from people's path, and that was something I heard earlier today specifically. It was like very dead, like, it was very clear. I heard it more than once. It was like, people are going to be finding their people, and they're going to be happy. They're going to have their 10 of cups. They're breaking, like, we're not going to be the victim anymore of our own doing, of like, let me just find a toxic person, or let me just stay here, or you know what, this is a codependent, unhealthy enough thing for me to make up for that. But I also believe that I've been doing healing while I've been here, and I think you've been healing too. And that's it's like the final test, is to remember you're not alone in the universe. And it's like, it's okay to walk away from the things that aren't serving you and the people that are keeping you from the next part of your life. You know, like that child inside of us is a nurturer, a lover. You know, we hang ourselves up for our parents. Like, I wasted so many years of my life, or put things aside because of like my mom's sickness, or because it was easier to or to not fight with this person because they didn't want me to go anywhere or have any friends. And it's like, it's a fucking cycle that keeps happening. But they're saying you're going to be united soon, I feel, with somebody that's going to, like, that you could be separated from somebody, but there's something that's going to be united within you and externally that's going to take you to the next chapter. And I feel like it will be good and healthy for you. You deserve more than what you have happening at the time. And I just see the 10 of cups here too. Yeah, look at that. 9 of cups, 10 of cups. You're going to be happy and loving something, from being single to changing that cycle, taking a leap of faith for something more stable and secure. That's going to make you feel, yay, look at it, I found a person. You know, but it's going to require walking away from being treated like a piece of shit, a doormat, and like, let me do everything for you, and let me just not ask any questions, and just you know, bite my tongue because you're a fucking asshole. But yeah, I think good things are coming. I'm giggling at Han Solo 5. When it gets to me, I'm open, you know, ish. I'm ready to travel. Okay. I told Steven's mom that I'd rather be single than to conform to her wants. Of course, my heart belongs to Steven. She won't leave. Okay. Alright, weird. Weird shit. Alright, let me go back up here. I think, where is it? I got Chris. Drew. Let me know if you have a question. Tarot of the Stars is open to any message. Doing yours right now. Good timing. See? Sometimes we manifest things very easily. Sometimes we don't. Alright, you got the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands coming through. Don't let anybody come into your life that is going to be a shit show, you know? Similar messages as what we were just speaking about too, is coming here. Because I get the Counselor, and it's like, the trauma and pain you overcame will bring guidance and hope to other souls. And you're a shadow walker. You have been through the duality, the darkness. And I literally just got done telling Chris, like, every masculine and feminine card, duality card, like every single thing that could be like, boy, girl, Argatha, Earth, like the high priest, the high priestess, they're literally right here. And I don't even think I pulled them out for his reading. But is it like, you know, our collective has this thing where we end up having similar messages. So there's an energy that is shifting within feminine and masculine. It's like balancing at this time. And your story is unique and meaningful. You're meant to share it with others because even though yours is unique and meaningful, it's going to resonate with others. There's other people who've done what you're doing or have been where you are or, you know, want to get through something particular. It doesn't even matter where you are. You could be like in the depths of hell, you know. Some people are like, oh my God, me too. You know, they want to know that they're not alone in the depths of hell. But there's been a lot of burdens, and I feel like it's like, you know, that person that you dated, right? I don't know if you've ever been able to, like, you've been able to, like, mention it here and there, right? And we are aware of, like, how it fucked you up, but maybe there's something that you're meant to share about that situation to help you, because sometimes when we, like, just think about it or only mention bits or pieces, it doesn't hit us as much as when we're like, hey, and we tell like the story in fullness, and like the words coming out of our mouth is like, that is really fucked up. Like, I can't believe I still dealt with you, you know. Wow, that was really bad, you know. Like, sometimes it takes us sharing it, even if you don't share it publicly, just speaking it. That helps me, like when I did different things, like different prompts, instead of just reading it and writing it, speaking it, then reading it, and then, oh wow, thinking about more. Like each time you read it, each time you think about it, each time you speak about it, like there's times that I will think something, have that revelation, then I come record something and I have more revelations while I'm talking about it, or like for the next 6 days, oh my God, like I'll keep seeing things connected to it. And then I'll talk to somebody and like they're saying shit that has nothing to do with anything but the way that they say it or certain bits and pieces. Like yesterday it happened with Jenny. She was talking about her own stuff, but when she said certain things, I was like I knew that it was a message for me that was like, okay, check that over here. But some of those things we miss out in this life. And I feel like if you allow yourself to like go into that darkness and into that unique story of yours, you can help other people with it. And it, like I just said to Chris, like he's supposed to be doing stuff too, like putting himself out there, like with AI and all that now. Like we can literally make like a fake person and a fake name and all that stuff. Like if you're not comfortable telling people like, hey, this is me and blah, 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 like this is my story, you know, you can even use a different voice. You know, but just don't be an asshole and try to pretend like, oh, hey, this is like the person that we saw. I shared something at Patreon. There's a person that like is doing that. They're using someone's voice and picture and speaking through AI about a topic, but it's not that person. You can very clearly, like, you can still hear the robot aspect to the voice, but it definitely sounds like that person. But it's time to nurture that child inside of you too, because I think that this goes beyond him. This goes all the way back to your childhood. You have a unique story that's unique and meaningful, and you have suffered. You've been in darkness. You've been through depression. You've had a lot of things that aren't always right. But sharing your story and stepping into your power, empowering others, healing yourself from the trauma and the things, because like, you know, sometimes we don't realize it is going to help you to overcome things in your life at this time and bring you into union with the next chapter that will bring you justice and will bring you your wishes coming true. The Queen of Wands type of energy. You'll be like, it sometimes it just like falls on your lap or it stumbles into place, but you're going to be much more abundant when you go into the shadow and acknowledge the story and the full pieces of it and like processing it and bringing it to light, you know, to the degree that you would like to, but realizing like some of the shit that's going on was not so nice. It was not okay. And you deserve love, and you deserve to love yourself enough to put an end to cycles like that, or to people or things that we, you know, have gone through that were just like kind of gross, not nice. And that too, I said this to Chris, is going to lead people out of their single energy, because what they're going to do is they're going to better themselves, they're going to heal themselves, they're going to be like integrating, being more logical where they've only been feeling what they haven't allowed themselves to, remembering things that they didn't remember, like putting all these pieces together that's going to transform them and bring them to alignment and union with somebody that is meant to be with them, that's healthy, that gives you your fucking ultimate fulfillment, your 10 of Pentacles, your 10 of Cups. It's the lover, the emperor that belongs, or the empress that belongs together. Look, empress and emperor right there, the two of a kind. But you got to go into the darkness. You got to go into the insecurity, the anxiety. Like, figure it out. What's under that bullshit? And that's how you make your wishes come true, your dreams come true, and stop, like, you know, realize like what you have to give to others is valuable. Just even like the simple most aspect that, like, the things that feel horrible to us a lot of times are very valuable to us and others, but we don't always recognize it because it hurts so bad, and like we want to put it under the surface. We don't want to let everybody know that, you know, we just went through all this shit, or, you know, whatever it is. But it will also help you to have boundaries in the future and to come out of the mental prisons that we can put ourselves into and fill your cup up so that you don't keep getting conflicted and craziness. But yeah, someone will come in to love you, and you don't have to be in the fears and the darkness, taking a leap of faith into a new direction. Somebody will see it, you know, and recognize that they had those same burdens or they've had those same experiences. So don't keep yourself stuck. Don't hold yourself back. Surrender any worry. Surrender to success. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life, and when worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always, and you are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into the exciting new world of possibilities. And surrender those outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of the limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar into your life. Like, take your power back through stepping into it, and like not letting what has been stick around or hold you back. You've got some choices and options. Lots of things that you can do at this time that'll help you come to perfection and release the idea of perfection. It's not gonna be the perfect moment, it's not gonna be the perfect day, it's not gonna be the perfect time, it's not gonna be the perfect way, it's not gonna be the perfect background. It's like all that shit, you know, doesn't matter at the end of the day. But when you embrace and accept that, your confusion clears up, you have more enlightenment, and you will be able to, you know, shift into more abundance. You're shifting your perception, which will bring you in that soulmate, that person, the people that you're meant to be with, and the things that you're meant to be connecting with, like on a soul family level too, not just like romance. Like there's like, we're going to meet the right people across the board. But there is stuff within the Akashic Records, and like soul retrieval too, you know. When we do this type of stuff, we can retrieve the pieces of ourselves that have been lost along the way, because you definitely have stuff as an inner child there that wants to be returned, that wants to be cleansed, that wants you to retrieve it and find the light, illuminate a new beginning, a new understanding, and heal the pieces of yourself that have been hurt like I said, taking a stand, like standing up for ourselves, protecting our sacred bodies, your sacred body temple. Protect it. You are not alone in the universe. There's things out there, people who will get it. You're going to wake the divine masculine when you start breaking those negative cycles and standing in your power and sharing your essence with this world in any way that you feel comfortable to. You know, however you feel guided. Believe in the spontaneous healing and know that nothing is absolute. Change is the only constant. So things are constantly changing and evolving and growing. And thinking outside of the flock will help you to continue to evolve and grow and to change whatever's been holding you back, or change your perspective about things so you can have that ultimate fulfillment. You can have a legacy, something that you're proud of, something that, you know, serves you very well. But we got to walk away from the things that were, you know, not doing so in the past. All right. We're perfectly imperfect. Masterpiece learning to masterpiece. Yes. Surrender to divine timing too, just saw here. And procrastination. So I feel like they're like, you know, trust in the divine timing, but then some of us, because we're like our oh sure, then I don't have to do anything. No. Don't procrastinate. You know, trust and know that like it might happen when it happens, but like you still gotta do shit for it to happen. We can't. I feel like I was like, oh, and they're like, this too. It's not a fucking green flag to just be fucking dumb and not do nothing. Like, oh, I'm just waiting for divine timing. Well, I said something to one of you guys a little bit ago about that, of like putting things off or waiting too long. Or, I'll do it later. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't you. I don't know. I definitely saw something to do with that recently. Hello. Yeah, LOL. I was talking about it with a friend, and that helped me sleep better that day. But, okay, let me see what else you said. Yes, it would be an awesome adventure. In the parking lot? I feel it. I told Stephen I'm giggling it on, so there's been a shift. Alright. Boop. You're welcome. I was talking about it with a friend, and that helped me sleep better that day, but there's so much fucked upness. I don't remember half of it. But you know what? Like that, I've been saying that too lately about like the forgetting of things. Sometimes when we talk about it, we will recover things. Like the day that I was recording the video to talk to you guys about stuff, and I was like, oh my God. Like I was having memories in the moment because I legitimately have big blank spots, you know? It's like each person has like one select memory for them that's like beyond my family, and that's not normal. But I've been having more memories because of like even accept acknowledging and being like, wait a minute, that's not normal. So more will come up, and you know, and it might be triggering, but it's needed, because if you don't remember, it's like your brain protected yourself, but it still happened. You had soul loss then. You gotta retrieve your fucking soul. Hello. I'm doing a Shine 30 challenge. I made a workbook and a hypnosis session about healing the visibility wound, awesome sauce. I've noticed that that's why I'm healing my inner child. Hello, Sunny. It's free, and if you message, I'll send a link. Awesome sauce. And mine and Stephen's inner children are connected to Sina's inner child. We're perfectly imperfect. You're welcome. Alright, so I think Jenny's next. Or, yeah, Drew was she here still? Oh, that's her dream one. Alright. Let me know if you're here, Drew. So, it's 7:02 where Chris is, when it was 27. Still 72 here. Alright, Jenny is open wants to travel. Alright, let me do Jenny. Ah. Choose a natural solution when possible. Gaia needs you. Act from your crown and your heart. So, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be activated between your crown and your heart, which is like Peru stuff, you know, like the rights from there. It's like that's what they literally like. Ooh, like they open up those centers and the power center and connect those certain things to help us to receive more information and to do what we need to do, and also like to dream into being a better earth, or anchor more light, or you know, harness like certain stuff. And then you are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. So this came through earlier too, and it's the like I'm seeing the Merkaba up there. I feel like just make sure, like, you know, just make sure whatever you decide to do, you're careful within what you do, because there's stuff that happens, right? Like sometimes we do stuff and then we're like, oh man, and then we come back here because we like fucked up. But I saw something last night, and like I know this, okay? That's what the shamans are always taught. Like that's their whole life, is like we've got to prepare so we don't get fucking stuck here, because we don't want to come back. We don't want to be tricked into coming back, because it's a fucking prison planet and we don't want to keep coming here. We want to break that fucking cycle. Like the other night when I made the video and I was like, ah! And then like Tesla had like a minute later he's like quoted it like something about a fucking cyclical blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, because it literally is. Everybody's talking about the end time, which is the beginning of something else. However, it's the same fucking cycle. Like, it doesn't matter if we get back to the golden age, because we live in fucking duality shitland where somebody's gonna come along and fuck it up. It's like, we don't want to keep doing that. We want to get the fuck out of here. But when you die, there's a light, there's a lumen, and they trick you. They trick you. There's archons. They're like, so they pretend to be different things and get you to come back. Or, like, people who have near-death experiences, they're like, oh, I came back because I wasn't ready. Like, they keep sending people back here. And those obstacles are being removed from our path. But I think that they're just like, even while we're here, there's certain things that play out, right? And we can become susceptible, or plant seeds that don't always necessarily like work out so well. So they're basically just saying, make your decisions carefully and from the heart and from the crown, because there's a lot of things out there that are causing confusion. Like there's a lot, like, it's insanity. There's a lot of attacks like getting amped up at this time. There's a lot of messages, and I keep seeing more and more of them. And there's people out there that don't like, you know, people of the light, just because you fucking irk their demons, and because you are different. You aren't like the others, but you are a peacemaker. And some people don't like that. Some of the dark demon thingies don't like that. And so your story is unique and meaningful too. They want you to have clarity and confidence. You know, be careful about like who you connect with, what you tell people. Like words can't express it. I'm seeing here too, and that's weird as I'm saying. Like, be careful what you tell people, and just pay attention, because I feel like there's certain things that are just amping up. Like things are shifting, getting better, but there's also on the opposite. Like we live in duality, right? So if like things are going well, sometimes over here there's things that want to sabotage that, or things that aren't going so well. But you have the eyes to see where like the fae is. You have the eyes to see the magic. You have the eyes that can happen to like notice the things that is going to be popping up. But whatever, you know, they're wanting you to just go within and reflect on whatever happens before you make foolish choices, or allow people to like, you know, influence you. They're saying, think outside of the flock, you know, express your truth, speak your truth, express yourself, think outside, like, don't be afraid to hold on to what's inside of you, maintain compassion under pressure, and remove the mask of your everyday persona. So whatever little piece, like, we've all struggled with that over time. I think we get better at it, but I think that's like a same message for everybody tonight, is like, speak your truth, your story. Tell people what the fuck is going on for you, without feeling like the need to like put a happy face on or put a picture over yourself, like to shapeshift, basically, like, let me embody what I think you would like me to. You're not alone in the universe when you speak your truth, when you do what you're feeling guided to, or you just tell people what the fuck's going on, or where you've been, or what you've gone through, because other people resonate with that. And there is no death, again, so I don't know why they keep telling you about there's no death. Or maybe you're not alone in the verse. You're not just like the other people. Like, you're not abandoned. You're not alone in the universe. There's other people out here that are going to understand you and get you in a way that, the flock might not. But in order to like travel and do all of those things and meet the right people, just make sure that you keep sharing that raw version of yourself. And divine union will come about from that too, right? So that was another thing. Yeah, you're going to wake the divine masculine when you are out there sharing your truth, doing what you're meant to do, not letting any aspect of you still put a fakeness on. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Fulfilling opportunities are on the horizon when you speak the fuck up and you do what you do without pretending to not, be that way. That number 32, call in protection as well, I see here. So there could be things that, like, I kept getting that, like, call in protection, make sure that you don't let anybody, like, fuck with you. And magic and ritual, and this is on page 72, it's weird that I'd be like, let me open this. Magic and ritual can sometimes help to be able to act out a different scenario in another realm of existence. The use of mythic symbols and costumes allow you the freedom to recreate it or try it out. According to myth, a race of giants lived in the Congo, and one of them was called Kivanga. He used sound frequency and magic to pass through the veil to the underworld to rescue his twin sister, who had been taken in marriage by a different tribe or race of beings. They both longed for the reunion and felt incomplete without the other. Karanga and his sister carried the masks that had been stolen from the master of the earth, back through the veil to their world. The use of these ritual masks allowed them to transform and become who they were meant to be. Incorporating the yin and yang into self is our desire to be whole and complete, like the creator gods. Plato had said a split apart theory to this effect. He said the gods were worried that humans would take over the heavens, so they made them weaker by splitting them apart. This also mirrors the idea that the creator gods removed some of our DNA so we could not be equal to them or as powerful. Okay. That's weird. Remove the mask of your... So they're wanting... And that's still the thing. Like, who you are today is not who you truly are. There's like... And like, you've known that because you've been getting pieces of yourself back. So they're basically just saying to continue to do that to the fullest degree and remember the fullness of yourself, and maybe like imagine something different, like do some ritual work for that. It's weird because like everybody, I don't know if you heard the other people's, like Chris got the fucking yin yang type of shit, the duality type of shit, and it's weird. It's just weird. But again, it's the same similar thing of like, there's a version of our life that's not right. There's things that we've been through that sucked, and we don't have to stay there. We don't have to keep doing that. But we will if we're not careful. We will fuck ourselves up if we, don't watch out, if we don't speak up, if we don't go forward and leave the past behind. And this again is feminine wisdom and knowledge has been suppressed for too long. Even if you, and like I said at the beginning of this, I was like, there has been more feminine introduced to the fucking planet recently. Like, like we're no longer like basically your legal slave. We can vote and do those things. However, they've been doing it in like a weird way. Like they're like tainting it, making it gross, making it not like divine. Like there's a difference between twerking and being a hoe, or being like a sacred sage that knows the masters of tantra. Like there's a difference. And the feminine wisdom has been taken away. That's why you see all these people doing stupid shit and like making bad decisions and getting fucked up in a bad way. And like impacts the men in negative ways too. And they're not like, you know, it's a karmic toxic feminine energy out there in a lot of ways. And I know we've all been impacted by it, or like because of it, or even emanated at times, because that's all we've seen. But even if you must strike out on your own, it will be worth it in the end. Be strong and let no one intimidate you or compromise. And this is what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. In the beautiful camaraderie, Mary Magdalene is coming forward into the present time frame as the icon to represent the divine feminine and all its possibilities. She brings scrolls of her wisdom teachings. The white horse symbolizes the old paradigms and belief systems of the patriarchal society, retreating and fading into the mist as a new template of equal balance comes forward. This is mirrored in the entwined flamingos that also symbolize the Eros Gamos and DNA activation. The baby chick is the child of, so you're getting DNA activations at this, but you're also the perpetrator of that. You've got to, be mindful of what gets activated and what doesn't get activated. But there's a lot of this energy about like, you're getting activated, you're going in the next step, you're doing what you got to do. Ishtar and Gilgamesh is there. What is that? Bitter revenge. Yeah, don't let anybody fuck you up. Some people, you've had that energy too. Somebody that wanted to like destroy you, and like I felt like they were doing a good job at it at certain points. Like just so, yeah, and wisdom writer too. So maybe do some automatic writing to help yourself, or write something down, or meditate on what you want to do, like what you want to say to activate the other strands of DNA that you have inside of you. Channel what wants to come through so that you can keep activating that and counseling yourself. But yeah, there's people out there that live in revenge and all of that. In the Sumerian text, the Anunnaki were considered the gods of the flying machines. They seeded mankind with what is believed to be a limited DNA to be slaves and labor their gold mines. Looking at the size of the headpieces and accoutrement that survived, and also the sculpted friezes in the British Museum, they appear to be giants towering over the humans. They enjoyed meat, sex, jewelry, and power. In other words, they seem from the ancient Sumerian writings to have certain aspects that are also common to humans. And in the stories of Ishtar and her pursuit of Gilgamesh, we read of her relentless revenge after he refuses to be her lover, on the basis of her past misdeeds and her cruel treatment of animals and men. So you may know someone who always strives to get their own way, and when they don't, will unleash a myriad of events trying to push an outcome. Vengeance will always boomerang. It's the law of physics, action and reaction, and usually does not lead to the desired scenario. The best defense is to hold to the right action and your own truth. So somebody might try to fuck with you, and if they do, don't be crazy. Let them destroy themselves by trying to destroy you, basically. So yeah. Yes, you bounce your back. I know. I just feel like there's that type of energy of like, it doesn't matter how long we are here. There's like, I don't know about you, but for myself, and I know we've had pretty similar things. Sometimes people just don't like me because I'm me, and they try to hurt me because of that, And I feel like there's gonna be different things that are popping up over the next, thing. That people could even just get mad that you have a union, or that you learned something, or you did something, or something happened. So just be mindful of that, because I definitely felt like expand your horizons, get out there, just be careful, protect your body, protect yourself from anybody that tries to step up and fuck with you. I feel like there's some, I think that's just for the collective too anyways at this point, because those similar messages came through for everybody. Expect an upgrade, but with an upgrade, more money, more problems, you know what I mean? People start acting shady. The time is to move on now. No need to wait, go out on a date. Start opening up to that upgrade, and knowing that better days are coming. The same cards keep coming out. It's like, I put it back, it comes back out. It's time to move on. Know that things will soon be done. There's an angelic support around your divine foundation, but I do believe that even that sometimes makes people shitty. Like, how dare you upgrade? Or how, even just the entities in the darkness, the peoples, the beings. This is their highest and best. Things working out for you. That could be a trigger. All right. Mom won't admit to me that she doesn't want me to be her Dawn. because I'm not full white. I don't know what? His mom won't admit to me that she doesn't want me to be with her son because I'm not fully white. Okay. Well, people shock. I thought that said Kid Rock. Kid Rock. Go bye-bye. You just did this, awesome Josh. You sent payment for 2 questions. Okay. I'm remembering more and more each day. It's been coming to me also. Me too. Alright, so I know... Oh, alright, let's see. Just want to make sure. Whatever choices you do and don't have ass, once you do, make your choice right. Alright. I got the tarot with this. Okay. I just want to make sure I do them in order. You're welcome. Hello. Thank you. Past life insight, and oh my god, I went down to Mesopotamia rabbit hole, and I found out about an author from back then, and I cried when I read about her. She was a high priestess devoted to Inanna. Awesome sauce. Okay. There was Songs of Starlight. Alright, so let me do Songs of Starlight real quick, and then let me know what both of your questions are. Melissa, just because there's been so many coming through here. Love messages from my person. What wants to come up right now? Thank you. Okay. I got other decks over there. It's okay. Get the motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes my way. So someone's got their motor running. They want to let you in, but they don't know how. There's a lot of pressure for this person, so I feel like that could also be tied to this. Is like this, whoever you're thinking about or in, connection to. I feel like there's a lot of people out there with their motors running at this point. People wanting more out of their lives, feeling pressure to do more and be more. But there's also a guardedness around a lot of people because a lot of people have been hurt, a lot of people have been lied to, a lot of people have been fucking abused and bruised and all that shit. We also have chains that bind, sexually bound to you, sexual appetite, only you can satisfy my appetite. So whoever this person is, they're definitely impulsive, and I think that they're like, I want you to satisfy me, but I don't want you to know. I'm guarded. I don't want you to know. So I'm sneakily desiring to bang you, but I guess I'm just dumb. So it's taken all of my strength to not come and ravage you, and not to tell you that I want to cause an uproar, and maybe it's causing. Yeah, look at they're raged. I was like, maybe it's causing an uproar in their life because they're not, like, I feel like a lot of people have been doing that in general, where they're like, they want something different. They're not, like, they got something to say or do, like, but they're just, like, pushing it down. And it's like, I'm absolutely irate right now, so I think this person's, like, mad at themselves, but also insecure. Like, you bring out all my insecurities. I wonder if I could ever be man enough for you. And just because I'm silent doesn't mean I don't care, don't want to tell you this. Listen to my body, listen to my thoughts, feel my heart. I feel awkward, I don't know how to do this. And I feel like a lot of people feel that way. They feel frustrated. I can't do this right now because they haven't, got a lot of experience with that. And they could have done stupid shit in the past. They could have said other things. Like, I've seen that recently where it's like, I'm fighting and I'm determined to be a better man. I feel pressured to do more, to be more and whatever. But, like, I'm also ashamed of who I've been and what I've said, and like I told people like, you know, blah blah blah, stupid shit, and like regret that now because oops, that's not really how I feel, or I was in denial. You know, I'm watching you, but I don't want you to know. So I think there's a mixture there for this person. It's like, I miss your warmth, and I don't want anybody to know, including you, that that's the truth. I'm drowning in my despair for you. I want you to take care of my needs, and I'm praying that you're going to forgive me. But like, there's this absence is felt so intensely. Like I don't enjoy the absence, and I feel like they've been feeling like impulsive, like they want to do something, but they're just having a hard time actually doing it. Which, you know, a lot of people seem to have that issue. They're under a lot of pressure too. I keep seeing pressure with this person. So they like, there's shit going on in their life. There's darkness and demons that they're dealing with that are keeping them back. And it could be their own things that they've done. Like, oops, I'm so dumb. Or I should have not have done this. Or I should have done it differently. I feel foolish. You know? And they're saying, this madness, please don't let this drive you crazy. I love you. And this relationship is the definition of insanity, but I can't let it go. So if you've been feeling crazy, they feel crazy too. There's a distance for sure in the physical sense, yeah. You always know exactly what to say and do to make me feel peaceful again. So I feel like they like do have like they have a lot of instability. They feel a lot of pressure. They feel a lot of stress. They feel like, rah, but you do help them to feel more peaceful and to face those insecurities. But I think that they're also like sexually frustrated, you know, like, or just frustrated with themselves. They're trying to do the right thing, but they don't know, and they're feeling like this desperation energy sometimes. I feel like it's a battle between like, one moment I feel okay, and the next moment I'm not. Trust your inner knowing about this too. You do know what's going on, and they know what they want, and they're not going to stop until they have it. They miss your warmth. They miss the passion and like connection. They have a lot of worries though. I feel that holds them back from fully embracing it to the level that they would like to. They also may have other codependencies in their life or other things that you know, even just the belief system that can impact them and hold them in a place of fear and doubt, not fully opening up. You know, feeling limited. There's nothing I can do about it because my hands are tied, but your strength inspires me. So same messages I told other people tonight, like you will be inspirational for others. You help other people to create, yeah, like you'll be surprised that when you fully step into your place of the alignment with the union within yourself, when you are feeling confident and powerful in a balance of your masculine and your feminine, and you're loyal to you first and loving you 100%, doing all that shit, like I think it's going to help other people to recognize like they may have been doing things a little bit like not the right way. It can cause envy, it can cause toxic motherfuckers to be like, but it also can help other people to realize things that, you know, maybe they want more for themselves. There's different. There's some people who get envious and fucked up because they're too lazy, and then there's other people that get inspired and want to like strive for more and like tap into that stuff. And I feel like yeah, the more the distance that's been there, the more loyal you are, the more balance you have between your feminine, like creative, feeling, emotional side and your masculine, logical, like taking action side, the better it's going to be to inspire them. Because I do think they feel bored in their own life. Yeah, you're their muse. So the better you are for you, the better you feel about yourself, the more you balance those things out, activate your DNA, heal, shift, ascend, process old wounds, remember things that have been under the surface, anything that's been unhealthy, like acknowledge it and cleanse it and clear it so that better things can happen. And then exchange energy to create abundance. Like, where do you want to trade your energy for abundance? You know, releasing the old and resting, like giving yourself time to process, is going to help people to unlock the magic that's within them and be receiving that healing information that's available, and stand your ground. Same messages here. Be confident, be powerful, harness your power, choose the path you want to go in, protect your fucking self, like tons of protective energy around you, and then process what needs to be processed, and then love yourself and like love and let yourself be loved. Like the more that you love yourself, the more that you retrieve these things, the more that you trust yourself in the changing times and like the talents that you have to activate your DNA, to retrieve pieces of your soul, to love and let yourself be loved with your heart, you know, opening, and joy and success and happiness will happen. You'll be basking in the joy and the light because you're moving in a new direction, and you're receiving the intuitive messages and the downloads, moving where you were meant to be all along. But sometimes we get lost on the path of life, or we don't always fully embrace, like, we think we're being ourselves, but like the self, like, we have so many false ideas about who we really are, because every time we've been through trauma or upset or whatever, or just even fucking being born on here, can be very detrimental to your memory and your understanding of who you fucking are. You are a high priestess. You are somebody that has the ability to heal and to stand your ground and to shapeshift into something more aligned and more sacred and more powerful. You are a creator, a manifester, a healer, but there's a lot of things on the planet that make us not think that, or feel less than that, or want to be humble to a point where it's like detrimental. So make the plans and focus on transforming your reality, unveiling your gifts, trusting in the higher forces as you shed the skin, and know that that's going to be the thing that helps you to uncover more of yourself for joy, success within the relationships arena. Again, you might want to listen to some of the messages earlier, because it was like Chris, all the other people were getting very similar things of like, it was like, oh, masculine, feminine, beep-a-doo, bap-doo. As all open their hearts, expect to be hit with Cupid's darts. The one you miss will come for a kiss. If you create and inspire, it'll set your life on fire. That's that feminine energy. But we also balance it out with the masculine energy. We're releasing our fears, we're changing our mind, and that's bringing us our people that we're meant to connect with and awaken to a divine union. They're saying pay attention to the synchronicity, pay attention to the messages that you're getting. Never stop working on yourself, and balance the mind. Stop wasting time. Do not procrastinate when it comes to like the inner reflection work. It's time for change. It won't be strange. It's going to help you to get the outcome that you would like to have in your day-to-day. You will shift the whole thing. You'll have a completion, a wholeness, a oneness. But decades will come and go if you don't choose to grow, So believe, trust, receive. It's not even hard either. It's just like going within and meditating. It's like the easiest work. Well, it can be triggering and upsetting and whatever, but at least you don't have to like go out and like do a bunch of chaotic, like, we could go on this like 10,000 mile journey into the hills and into the mountains and into the blah, 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 like some crazy fucking shit. Just gotta cleanse, purify. That's all. Go to your Akashic record, like literally lay down, close your eyes. Much better than other stuff, but prepare for a major event. You're expanding your horizons, and take a stand. Again, there's things that people need to take a stand for in their life, and it may not even be to do with him. It may be with you. Maybe you haven't loved yourself enough, or maybe other people like treated you poorly, or you've been the victim of some of their shit out there. Focus on gratitude and the ability that you can bring sacred energy into wherever you are, whatever creation happens. Don't be a victim of the circumstances or the things that are going on. Don't take anything for granted. Just know that whatever it is happening can shift. You can enter the silence and heal. You can learn what needs to be learned by taking that stand and opening up to the portal that is here, and knowing that comforting presences are on the way. You're not abandoned. You're not alone. Like, just the same messages from everybody else tonight. Everybody here has similar things coming through. So hold in your heart a space to be filled. And I think part of it is letting yourself be the one that fills it and break those negative cycles. Where's the book? Your beliefs define your character. To protect yourself with spiritual armor, stand firmly on the ground and hold true to your commitments. The druid prophetess Labuse foresaw Prague in a mystical trance. In the center was a pra, which was a connection to the other world. She may have represented the last of the Celtic patriarchal societies in Europe. After her death in 735, the Przemyslid line of Czech kings began. Her daughters and the woman refused the domination of men, and with Vlasta as their leader, the woman started the Maidens' War, rebelling against the patriarchal takeover in one of the first documented accounts of a war on women. And eventually they were overcome, and the patriarchal rule began. Vlasta's ornaments, breastplate, and shield are authentic and can be found in the National Museum of Prague. In the background is Stavutvet, the god of light, of the ancient Slavs in the linden leaves of the Czech national. This is so weird because I literally just said that to you guys. I was like, you know, there's been a predominant of masculine energy. We've been more habitable. And I feel like it's going to be shifting again. So you're part of that energy, taking a stand for yourself in regards to all of those things. And with the loving yourself one, there is no empty space in the universe. Try thinking in this way and see what manifests in your life. Sadness and loss are temporary conditions. We live in an abundant multiverse. The redwood forest is alive on every level. Here it is playing a part in the nurturing of the woman and is steering her senses back into life again. The beauty of the trees are encouraging her to leave the stifling emotions behind. When we attune to nature's vital essence, we attract the vitality into our lives. In the paintings, the eyes of the mushrooms suggest consciousness in all things. These particular fungi, Coloris vesicular, are used as cancer treatment. We cannot be truly alone in the forest. The trillium plant in the left-hand corner of the painting is unique to North America and yet was carved in the stone over the entrance of Roslyn Chapel before Columbus visited America. So that's interesting, right? How could that be? How could that be? How did you know that that's over there? They're liars. They fucking lied. All the men are liars. No. Most of them are liars. Rise up, women. We're going to battle. Yeah. Breaking those negative cycles is at this time. And I do believe it's going to lead people to where they're meant to be. And again, protect yourself. Like, there is going to be some battles. Like, I don't know if anybody's noticed, like, World War III's breaking out at any moment type of shit. And, like, lots of stuff. Lots of weird shit. Like, on Trump's birthday, let's just do, like, the 250th fucking anniversary for our wars and battles and our military, like, craziness. I feel like that would piss people off out there anyways. Like, that would trigger some people, right? Like, we've been waiting for weapons for a long time. And they're over there celebrating 250 years. We don't even have 1 year, you know? Like, it's going to make some people mad. But there's beyond that in the physical material, like World War III, the red kachina, the blue kachina. The blue kachina is serious. The red kachina could be a whole bunch of things, but some people think that it's Nibiru or, you know, all that shit. But it's a thing from the Hopi prophecy that's like, hey, this is the end time. And they literally say it will bring World War III to, you know, United States and all of that. But it's also a battle of the spiritual realm. It's like, even if this place gets destroyed and you've been doing the work, you've been meditating, you've been activating, you've been doing what you need to do, those obstacles and all those things will not impact you. Some of the people here that have not been nice, that have not committed to their resolve and have not been doing what they need to do, will stay behind and most likely see the boom and keep coming back to repeat those cyclical fucking bullshits because they don't know. They have no idea what's going on. But those who do know, that do have the eyes to see, that don't take things for granted, that are grateful, that rise to the occasion, that don't let this dumb shit here fuck with them to the point where it's like they're not realizing, like, spontaneous healing, all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we do to ourselves. Bitter revenge leads to destruction, all of that shit. Like, we're meant to be, like, I know a lot of people come and they want to know about love. Like, I did like an hour and a half reading the other night on Patreon for Twin Flames, and I was like, you know what, guys, like, it feels weird sometimes to be like, what's divine masculine thinking when we could be blowing up at any moment. Like, there's bigger fish to fry out there. But us focusing on them or focusing on other stuff, wanting to know those things isn't natural. It's okay thing to do. We just want to make sure it doesn't become unhealthy or that it's like not so consuming that like that's all we think about, because then we can't get that outcome that we want, right? We block ourselves from receiving any love or any action because we're in a place of like nothing's moving forward in the way that we would like it to. Nothing's going to move forward in the right way until we change the dynamic and we keep going within and like healing all of that stuff. It's okay to check in on that stuff. It's okay to do all of those things. But if we're inexperienced and like a year goes by and 2 years goes by and 3 years goes by and 4 years goes by and there's not a whole lot of change, we need to get responsible for like, how can I be the creator of that change? How can I stand in my power, do what I need to do to stop entertaining the cycle, the karmic toxic thing? Maybe I need to be more logical because a lot of the people especially the feminines, are all in their heart, and I love him, I miss him, and I care about him. And you know, they got to be a little bit logical about like, well, that could be the thing, but I still like, if I want something to happen, I might need to change up my approach here and see what I'm not seeing within the circumstance. Like, put on a new version of myself. Like, he's not showing up for this version. Let me become the one that's like, you know, ready, truly ready, protecting myself, expanding my horizons, creating a pathway where I can be loved because I'm fucking loving me and I'm doing for me and I'm healing me and all that shit. Taking a stand. Not letting this crazy fucking world keep us, you know, in these things that are not always the best. And sometimes we are the ones that are manifesting it that way. So those obstacles are being removed because people are being called to go within and listen and like rise up, you know, and do what needs to do. Go forward and leave the past behind. That doesn't mean leave that person behind. It just means like leave behind the fucking thing that's not working out today. Surrender to your intuition. Surrender our belief in scarcity. Like, we got to remember that there's a voice inside of us. We have aha moments coming through. And the universe is asking you to be open to the infinite abundance. In this way, you can remove the blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Like, you don't have to struggle. You don't have, like, that was part of it too. I was like, a lot of people came along, right? And they heard, like, twin flame, blah, blah, blah. And so it's normal that, like, they run away and they ghost and they never come around. Or like, they live 10,000 miles away. Or they're 1,000 years older than you. Like, we're telling ourselves stories as creators that are fucked up, that are not helpful. He's not going to come back to dark. Or when he does, he's going to leave again. Like, telling yourself those stories is not being open and receiving the love that you want. And whatever thing we are perceiving about ourselves is not the perception we want. We got to have more self-worth so that we don't trick ourselves into those old things that, like, you know, like, our instinct knows deep down that, like, it's not supposed to be hard. We're not supposed to be struggling. We can renew the things that are not working out so you can have joy and love and happiness and all of that. Discover the goodness in this world. The Ten of Pentacles, the ultimate fulfillment, the legacy. The legacy doesn't come about from just sitting around having the same experience day in and day out, or entertaining, like, well, you know, he might be, no, that's not, I'm going to write a different story. I don't want that story. I want a happy ending. I'm going to back fucking IKEA. I do not want to repeat shit. That fucking tower falls and it goes away. We get a new tower. We don't rebuild on the same shitty fucking foundation. Divine timing too, but without procrastinating was one of the messages earlier. Like, and the fear of, some of us do this out of fear of intimacy too. Like, some of us sabotage ourselves. We hold on to certain things because we are afraid of, like, going to that next level or having that passion or having that, like, you know, the goodness of things because we haven't had it before, or it's like a little bit different or a little, like, unknown. So we gotta embrace but it's really not unknown. It's underneath that surface of limitation and lies, under our insecurities, under our doubts, under the distance, under the guardedness, because we have been lied to and we have been hurt many times. But you know, there's good things out there for a lot of people. I feel like it's coming as long as they, you know, acknowledge some of this stuff and keep protecting themselves and doing what's right for them, transmuting the bullshit. This is amazing. Awesome stuff. Yeah, go forward and leave that past behind. That's the old story. But write a new one. That's not stupid story. Good story, right? We don't want that old story. Well, you know, they might lie, they might cheat on you. Like, and there's a lot of people out there that do shit and say stuff, and it's like one piece might resonate for somebody, and then those people take the whole thing, and it's very detrimental to do that. And that's why, like I was saying the other day about the movies and shit, like Leave the Earth Behind, and everybody started watching it and it'll be good, and then it started happening. That is what, like, the people who are making those types of movies where we're seeing the destruction and then, oh my god, that plane fell and then that plane fell, and like those things play out. We are creators through what we focus on, what we think about, what we believe, and what we give power to, and visual. That's like the best way to fucking trick a bunch of people into manifesting the outcome, the timelines that you want. And the more people are like, oh my god, did you see what Obama did? And then more people watch it, and more people have it come to be. And I have this argument with my dad all the time because he loves movies. He wants to see. I'm like, you're not seeing what they're doing. You're like to do, unless it's an old movie and they've already accomplished it. But there's a lot of fear agendas, like the news. Like, there's even on social media now, there's 50% of the bots out there are fake. They're bots. You're fighting and arguing with people that aren't there. It's just a bot. or you're seeing stuff that is spun in a negative way, because there's a lot of negativity here, but it keeps us separated, it keeps us in fear, and it keeps us dealing with toxic motherfuckers because we're expecting them, because everything we hear or see is like, well, and it's like ingrained in everything on this planet. So we gotta walk away from those things and remember that like we can have better, and there is better. Like if you exist and you're a good person and you're not a piece of shit, you don't want to hurt people, and you don't want to lie to people, and you don't want to like break their heart just for fun, you can have that received back. You can have good outcomes. You can be nurtured and loved. You don't have to miss out on those things. But what will be required is walking away from those old timelines and those old ideas surrounding it. But yeah, new ideas, new speaking, new thinking, new judgment calls. And I do believe that shit's going to be shifting. Like, you might not even notice it. I felt like a bomb went off the other day. I was late. Like, I was sitting here, and I felt like, like, I kind of felt like if they did a boom and a boom, like, I felt like what I thought would be what would happen before you get hit by the sonic boom. I was like, wait a minute, is that coming to get me? And I'm not going to lay down and try to not get hit. Like, I don't want to stay afterwards and be like, let's fight for food and let me run to a fucking basement. No. Just take me now, because I don't want to do this place even worse. But I felt that energy, and then I started seeing all the shit to do with what they were doing. This was before they were dropping the bombs over in the places that they're doing it. But even if they do, even if something like that happens, even if there is a death, some of us might not feel it. I feel like we're not aware of it, because when we come to this life, we have no memory, right? I feel like that's part of it, is like people are splitting. Like, they're not recognizing, like, you just went through a death, or you went through this thing. But we're becoming more conscious of it so that we can remember to not be tricked into going back into the same old things, but also creating a new version of things for yourself, taking the action towards something better. Single, sexy, confident, the ending of the old cycle, a new beginning, in like 999, 911. I keep seeing those 911 times, like, where cycles are closing, the ending is here. We've got to pay attention so that we don't keep going back, because decades will come and go if we don't choose to grow, and then we never grow. Nothing ever changes. So this is the year it will all be clear, and the manifesting and the progression of all the good stuff is on its way. But there's gonna be like tricksters. There's gonna be some weird shit. There's gonna be like things that could definitely delay us if we allow it to. And just be receptive and nurturing for yourself, to others, in the way that you would like to receive. You are being celebrated. Unconditional love is coming. Good things are on the way. All right. My right ear is ringing when you said don't have a memory of coming back to this earth. Yeah, we don't. Like, well, I had a dream when I was a little girl, but it was one dream of like one thing. It was a recurring thing every night, but that's all I really remember, from that. I've seen it since then, but like when I came in, I don't remember shit. We have to keep going even if the world is on fire. Exactly. Thank you. Their Samsaric wheels went flat. Whose wheels? There's a wheel. I'm worried about World War III. Don't be worried. That's the thing. That was one of the, like, I put a big thing out and I was like, I showed all the shit that I saw that was like, and I was like, I just want to let you guys know. Like, this is a possibility, but if you go to that fear, which is why this stuff that's why they do what they do. Like, they want you. How long has it been going on? Like, they've been doing a lot of shit. And even if it does hit or something happens, there'll be a reason for it. Like, no, and like, so living in that way helps. Like, there is no death. There is no death. Whatever happens, happens for a reason. But living in fear is going to destroy right now. It's going to destroy your life. It's going to keep you in that space of not having a good time. Like, and it happens in many ways. And that's why it's like those negative cycles. Like we have a lot of weight on us that's unnecessary, because this world is full of fucked up people doing some fucked up shit. But if you focus on anything like thinking that and whatever, you can create the timeline that you start to see it manifest more and more. You start seeing more of it. Like, think about whatever you're focused on, right? Like, a lot of the twin flame people, all they see is twin flame readings. But like, the algorithms of our life will work in the algorithms like the same. It's the same thing. I have shit that has nothing to do with the social media algorithm show up and give me confirmation on things all the time. But what you're focused on is what you attract. And it's very much like that. So if you start to think those things or fear those things, it gives them more power to come in. So try to, again, like I said, focus on something better, like seeing the good shit coming, better outcomes. We're not gonna blow up, like, we're good. They're just fucking around. I wish that they would stop. I wish that we as a human fucking race would stop being such fucking, like, all we do is talk about it and not, like, we don't have to stoop to their level. We don't have to go bomb. We don't have to go, like, attack. But we should start, like, coming up with better outcomes for these things. Let me see. The Vikings came over well, but yeah, I know. I saw that the other day. Again, I've known that. Like, I feel very much connected to the Vikings. I feel like the Vikings were the water people too. Back in, like, the Egypt, they were like, they were the water people. We don't know who the water people were. Like, they were in a boat, and they came and they attacked people. Sounds like Vikings. Yay. Okay. Where is the Melissa? Melissa. She wants 2 questions. Okay. I feel like the guy I talked to for a little bit is mad I cut him off. I feel him then cut cords. Damn shame when he didn't know himself and get cut off. Is that the, I don't know if me and you talked since, there was a guy you were talking to that disappeared because of his work. I don't know if he came back after that and then, like, you cut off, or if there's a different one. I don't know who you're talking about. You know, for 100% sure, but they say a comforting presence is on the way, so believe in spontaneous healing. But also, what do you fucking want? What do you fucking want? You know, like, are you just thinking about him just because he, like, you know, he's somebody, you know? I feel like sometimes we almost think, like, something better than nothing, but, like, right, when someone comes in and they're brand new and something works, it's like, oh, I cut him off. Let's not entertain that anymore. Like, we had to cut him off. That doesn't sound good. Sounds like a fucking pain in the ass. How long do we know him for? Get the fucking next. Like, that's the type of level of love that you deserve to fill yourself up with, is that I'm not entertaining dipshits. I'm not giving second chances, you know, like, because that leads to third and fourth and fifth and sixth. Like, if you're this early into shit and you've got to be cut off, then you just deserve to be gone. Be gone, peasant. I don't want to talk to you. Be the high priestess. Trust your inner knowing, share your sacred feminine essence. Whatever you feel is right. Like, he probably is trying, thinking about you, whatever. Most people do that stupid shit. And, like, you know, you create things that are similar, right? Keep bringing the same people back into our lives. But you're not supposed to struggle. You're here to fucking enjoy your life and love freely. You're here to have a good time. But if all the dudes that we've met up until this far, like dad and that boyfriend and that boyfriend and that boyfriend, have a similar thing about them, like they're fucking guarded or they're not able or blah 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 blah, we will keep, you know, having them show up. So I feel like you're getting closer and closer to the one that's not that way. You're getting closer and closer to the one that's the full embodiment of the frequency that's going to be able to mirror back to you that best version. Or you'll meet back up with the person that was truly meant to be there, your divine masculine, when you are done planting the seeds and all the things that needed to happen along the way. But just don't waste your time or energy on anybody that doesn't feel united all the way across the board. Don't settle. Don't settle for that shit. Buy a toy. Alright. Can I get insight on the author Iggadabadubunga and why did I get so emotional when I read about her? Also, why is Inanna reaching out to me? And can I get a reading on how I have been leveling up so far with my inner self and my inner psychic gifts? Okay, so I'm going to do these 2 for Melissa, and then I'll come back down to see the other people down there. I think someone sent a super chat. The people with the green names are my members, so I give them theirs for free once a month. It's $2.99 a month. Once a month they go live at 9 p.m. Usually the second Thursday this month, I'm just kind of stupid and thought that today was Thursday and I didn't come last Thursday and this is why I'm here now. And I thought I was late, but I wasn't late. I was a day early. So, whatever. But the other way is there's like little donations too, or when I'm done, like she sent one through my PayPal. There's like a link in the description box. There's also super chat with someone I already did. I just need to know, like if someone sent her super, like she let me know. She's like, I sent my donation, okay? So that's how she's getting hers. I just don't want anybody to think I'm only answering certain people and like being a jerk. But when I get done with hers, I'll come down to check anybody else that paid. And then at the end, I'll give you guys like a collective message for everybody. All right. Why did you get emotional when you read? And oh, so you got the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords here. I feel like you saw something in her that you may have been afraid to see within yourself, like in the story or whatever. Like, I think that there's probably most likely like a past life connection, or there's something there that's like beyond just the mundane shit, right? Like usually when something hits us on an emotional level, like we know, but like you're discovering something that I feel like you haven't allowed yourself, because like this is like she's got the veil over her eyes. Sometimes we, like, this is what I was saying to people earlier tonight, was like, you have a story that's unique and meaningful. You're meant to share it with others. And when you do, people will hear it and do like what you've done, is like, oh my God, and cry, or like have a visceral reaction. Maybe something that they don't consciously remember, but they feel it, they sense it, or it's like very similar in some way that sometimes we don't allow ourselves to see, or we forget about, or just gets pushed under the surface. And it's like our fears or doubts or whatever is under there. But I also am getting the sense that like spirit is like wanting you to believe yourself too. Like I feel like you already have something up in your head about why this is. Like the question you're asking, why did I cry? Like I feel like you already kind of know. You've already given yourself a reason why, but you might be afraid to acknowledge that too. And that's a similar message for other people tonight, is like you have a story, you're unique and meaningful. Like what you have experienced has given you wisdom, has brought you to who you are today. You wouldn't be who you are today if you didn't go through the shit show and all the things that you've been through. And who you are today has an intuition, has like psychic sense. Because like I see your next question, like how am I doing? Like obviously you, and like I shouldn't be called upon to say yes or no to what you feel. Like what you feel about it can still be accurate, correct, and I can give you more information that maybe is a different aspect of it or similar to it or is completely whatever, but you still ultimately get to determine which one makes sense to you. Like what, like that in that first moment when something happens and we like have that visceral reaction, or something like comes, like I'm seeing 333. Like I had a girl recently who like every time she saw spiders felt a certain thing. Then she started seeing spiders and was like, I feel like it means something different this time. And like then it does, like it does. Like don't doubt yourself. Don't quit. We live in a fucking stupid world where everybody doubts themselves because that's how they want you to be. But you're a magician. You are able to see clearly. And there's the same message for people tonight as like, trust that judgment call. Trust what you see. Trust what you receive. Trust that you already know why you felt that way. Like you feel it in your bones. There's something under the surface. You might be having a hard time like putting it into the fullness of the words that need to be expressed, but the judgment is in there already. And I feel like it's inspiring something in you. It's awakening something like that that's going to help you to take action and communicate and travel energetically with more confidence, with more power inside of yourself, to take the leap of faith, maybe towards something that you've been holding back on, or something that you wanted to share, or just even uncovering the things that you haven't uncovered. Yeah, you're learning something through seeing this. So, yeah, no more walking on this like, I don't know, what does this mean? Like, just trust that you do know. Jump into believing in yourself. What are you waiting for? The opportunity is here. Open the door to that opportunity of trusting that you're fucking divine feminine. What you give is what, you give, but what you receive is you to determine, like, am I going to believe in what I receive? Because the more that you trust it, and the more that you acknowledge it, and the more that you believe it and share it and all of that, the easier it will be for you to do later. the easier it is for me to like say shit to people now, that because back in the day I was like, and then be like, oh my god, yeah. And so the more that happened, the more united and aligned with the purpose and the mission I felt. Like, oh wow, I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. Okay, that made sense. Awesome. And like say it again and do it again and again and again and again. And that's the best way. So yeah, you're going to be seeing the results. You're going into a time of expansion. You're awakening the infinite, and you are being applauded by the guides. So I feel like this is it. Both messages are like kind of coming towards each other. They're like, don't stop working on yourself. But I think that they're acknowledging both aspects of that question. It's like, you already know because you're doing good when it comes to like leveling up with your stuff, your psychic gifts. Like this, yes, you've got the eyes to see. You're creative. You're inspired. You're balancing your mind. Stop and look around. All you want will be found. Like the fact that these things are happening. Like some people read something, they have no reaction. They don't respond. They don't get into fucking holes there. Like that they're not interested in anything beyond the mundane bullshit. They're distracted. The fact that you're awake and aware is a big thing. You're illuminating, and they're saying within the month's time you're going to see the light shine because you are illuminating more. And this has been coming up for a lot of people at this time. Is that like, we see something, we hear something, we say something, and then it like sparks something, and like we're uncovering more and more every day. So you're seeing more and more every day. You will continue to see more every day. Make sure that you're taking breaks too, because I keep seeing those cards come out. It's like pour some more, close the door, take a break, and then the other one, it's time for a break, however you awake. In the silence, when you stop and look around, or when you stop and you go within, you are going to have more of that aha moment. You're going to have more of those opportunities to realize, like, oh, I'm not silly, I'm not stupid. I'm seeing beyond those illusions. I am aware, I am balancing shit out. I do have a gift. I do have an ability to see. I've got the awakened light codes inside of me to receive. And it's an opportunity every day and every moment for us all to do it. But a lot of us keep running around or distracting ourselves or wanting to physically be doing something or saying something, or there's a lot of things here on like in your way all the time. So just give yourself time to commit to yourself. Take that next level commitment to yourself, to spend some time within meditation and silence, and the wheel of fortune is spinning in your favor. So there is a union too, like a better foundation beneath people that is bringing them to their legacy, to their fulfillment. There's just, again, the same thing, like balancing out stuff. Whatever was imbalanced is being balanced. Whatever was hidden is being uncovered. Whatever was forgotten is being remembered. Whatever given away or taken or stolen is coming the fuck back. And the people who've been complete fucking pieces of shit and all that, they're going to get their karma. And the people who have not are going to rise into the light. There's good things coming. The reversal of lots, and I've been feeling this for a while, but I'm seeing it now, like physically manifesting into the material. You're going to be celebrating if you celebrate yourself and if you stay in alignment and remember, because you're also the creator. A lot of people want you to forget. They don't want you to have the clarity. They don't want you to realize, because they're envious or they're fucking toxic and they're karmic and they want a conflict. But the better people are out there. There's good things going on in this world. If you exist, good people exist, right? So there's a magician time. Walking away from the people and the things and even ourselves, the version of ourselves that keeps breaking our own heart or keeps doubting our own gifts or doesn't trust what we have come up in the moment. Like you're walking into more of that alignment with that, the masculine and the feminine. Empowered, confident, just, and balanced. Continuing to move. There's the fucking Empress. You got the Emperor and the Empress. The feminine and the masculine is coming into divine union within yourself, and it's the fucking judgment call that was needed to have that manifested in the external, to have the clarity, the new beginning, and the right alignment with the right things and the right people in the right places. But it starts within. And that's the magic part of it, is like, don't let other people fuck you up. Don't let their bullshit keep you in doubt. Don't let what the fucking, people indoctrinated you to believe stay within you. Those fears and those doubts and that bullshit that's all over the place. Even the frequencies that they have here, they changed the music at one point so that it would be lower vibrational, so that you wouldn't be at a higher vibration. And like they took out the bells, and they're like, oh, we needed the bells to make more weapons. But the bells are healing frequency. I've been ringing bells a lot. But we're balancing and overcoming and receiving what was, taken. But we got to also empower ourselves. Reconcile the past. Surrender to the new chapter. things that have been absent needed to be that way so that the balance could be brought. So whatever you've been losing out on or not feeling great about or has been a struggle is going in the opposite direction. And their foundation is divinely protected and guided and is angelic support all around you. So just know that you're doing what you need to be doing. You're doing good. You've created and inspired. You're setting your life on fire. You're changing your fucking mind. You're releasing the fears and the doubts. And we're not being like that complacent anymore. We're not just waiting. We're creating. We're taking action from a place of our power. Anchoring your light. You know, all of that stuff. You're the high priestess. Balancing at the highest quotient of light. And trusting what you get. Yeah, divine healing is available. Good times are coming. It's okay to say no to stupid motherfucking things. And it's okay to transmute your shadow, your karma, and all of that stuff. And to see yourself in that highest, like keep envisioning yourself even better and brighter. More confident, more powerful. And that's going to bring in the right contracts. Get rid of the toxic ones and like even the toxic thing within ourselves. Because like we gossip about ourselves to ourselves. Like, I'm so stupid, I'm ugly, I'm blah. Like, I should have blah, blah, blah. We're getting rid of that. Putting boundaries up. Getting rid of the people that even influence that. Or say it behind your back. Surrendering the frustration and the procrastination. And getting into the place of your passion and intimacy. So a lot of people have, like, you are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. And now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So I feel like there is something that you're like being, you know, like inspired to do right now. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So that person is igniting your passion. And then surrender to the wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder of all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. More good things are coming. Better days are on the way because you're open to that magic. And surrender the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and a worth that comes from just being you. Like, you know, stop doubting yourself. Stop. No low self-esteem. No more questions of like, am I good enough or did I do right? Blah, 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 blah. You're good. You're great. You're awesome sauce. You're the best that could ever be. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Success is on the way. Goodness is on the way. Better days. So yeah, you're doing what you need to be doing, but just keep doing it and keep believing it. Keep telling yourself that. Sometimes we like people are like, oh, you're such conceited, full of your. No, you're not. Like nobody really here is because they've been so fucking limited and lied to that we are all afraid to God for fucking bid. Love yourself. Take time to reflect, do some mirror work, and like love yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful, you're smart, and you know what you're fucking doing. You're being celebrated. Don't shield yourself from that acknowledgement. Be the white light, be the witch, be the person that knows and trust even the sources that feel weird or like I don't know, maybe like your dreams time, your meditation time, all the times you can receive in every moment. But yeah, there's going to be more synchronicity, there's going to be more awakening happening. The more that you hermit yourself up and meditate, the more you're going to be able to understand and trust your emotions too, because your emotions, like you crying, feeling emotional, is a fucking like, wow, that's a big, like that doesn't just happen. So know that, like that's a way to, oh, that's something significant. Believe in yourself, trust what you receive. All right, I know that there's okay. I'm glad I caught you live. What do my guides need me to know? Okay, Conscious Collective, let me just make sure. Anybody? Why does it do that? That person is connected to Venus energy, basically. Oh, Inanna. What did you ask me about Inanna? It doesn't let me go that far back there. I also feel Anana Ishtar is reaching out to me. Okay, so you were just saying you felt her reaching out to you. You weren't really asking a question about her. But yeah, a sacred gift is coming to you. If you create the pathways, if you keep doing what you're doing, keep loving yourself and opening up yourself, they will continue to show. Like, and again, even me saying that, I feel like is like the wrong way to say it. Like, you don't have to do anything. You're already available to receive good things. Like, you are worthy and deserving of it. But like, when we don't think that, when we beat ourselves up, when we doubt what we have, then we block the sacred gifts, or we make them harder to manifest, or we don't fucking know, we can't see it or if we do see it, we doubt it. And I feel like, that's what I'm saying, like, be open, because like you're gonna see it, it's going to be there, but you might be like, I don't know, let me go ask Bridget, like, like, let me go read some fucking thing from somebody else. You are the oracle, you have the answers, just rise to the occasion of knowing that. You can still ask me, that's fine, but don't deny what you get, or deny, like, don't doubt what you are already capable of. Like, you're doing good. And it's like a spiritual awakening, right? Like, just what we're doing here, it's never done. You're never going to be fully like we all need mentors. We all need to keep learning. There's so much information, it's infinite. You're never going to know for sure all the answers. You deserve to live a worthy and rich life. Yes. See? And you have the best thing. Like, when you can fucking see shit, it helps. I don't always see stuff. I know shit, but like, that's one of the ones that's easy to doubt. Like, I don't know. It could be right. It could be wrong. I don't know why I know. I can't explain to you how I know it, but I do. Like, it doesn't really work out too well, in this physical material world where everybody wants fucking proof. Like, I just know. And then when it happens to be the truth and we get the proof, told you, I knew. So eventually people start to believe, but over time, like, even for yourself, you can doubt, because everybody is like being like gaslighted all the time. What do my guides need me to know? All right, so there's similar messages coming through for everybody tonight, I've noticed, but like, decades will come and go if we don't choose to grow. There's an ending of a cycle that is here, and a new beginning. Okay, but that's how it always is. Like, one thing's end, another thing begins. But I also feel like there's like something different at this point. Like we've been doing this for a long time here. We've gone through like the Hopi prophecy, this prophecy, that prophecy. They're like, oh yeah, there's been 7 different fucking times of like catastrophe. Like, there was the flood, there was the fire, there was the this, there was the that, and in divine time things have aligned. And it's like we keep coming back to those times, right? It was like the golden age and the dark age, the golden age, the dark age. We can have an upgrade. We can have a shift. We can release the fears and the bullshit. We don't have to keep going through that bullshit. Like, we don't have to stay here and entertain. Like, it's like, I don't care how fucking long it takes to get back to the beginning. I don't want to come through again. Like, I'm all done, man. Like, let's go. Let's find somewhere better to play. Let's have a next one. So, spiritual foundation, you are divinely protected. I feel like you are also being called at this time to acknowledge that, like, the justice for the things that have been lost, or the things that have been repeated again and again and again, are coming to an end for those that are ready to reconcile the past, surrender to the new chapter, and the portal is open for you if you are willing to find the strength to go in to that abundance and that energy of that infinite, goodness. 888. Like, something good or something bad can happen, but we can be the one that like manifests it by paying attention. Tomorrow is another day. Try again another way, right? Like, we've already been here. We've already played this out. Like, whatever cycles there have been, we're creating new pathways at this time for something better to manifest. So they're just wanting you to know you are a part of that journey. And when there's extreme times, they call for extreme reflection. Go within and think about what it is, without taking things for granted, But again, like I said, these illumination time is here. People are being illuminated to new truth, to new understanding, and our goal is within reach. We're ready to get the fuck out of this bullshit. Our divine unions are manifesting, like, within ourselves and out and in the external. But we've got to protect ourselves, because as the portal is open, there's going to be tests, There's going to be some stupid shit. And remember to ask the right question, too. So, like, keep asking your guides for help. I remember, like, when I would consistently be like, show me, they would fucking show me all day, every day, and it was the best. Then I forgot to do that, And it was like, everything fucking got fucked up. Became a fucking victim of my own fucking dumbness of just not being like, show me. Or asking, because we have stupid free will here, to struggle or to receive. So remember to ask the right questions to get the goal, to see the light, to know and recognize like the opportunities. Like sometimes good things are presented to us, opportunities are there, but we don't always take the right process, or we doubt that we're worthy of, or we don't get outside of the flock. We allow the fucking flock to keep us in a way that we're not really truly meant to be. Speak your truth and don't hold back. Don't care what the stupid fucking flock thinks. Don't care what these other people do. You don't even have to tell them. You can just be you, uniquely you, speaking your truth to your guides specifically. You don't have to let the flock know what you're talking about or thinking about, unless you're comfortable with it, because that's also a thing. I feel like people are being pushed to speak up for themselves a little bit more, like you're not alone in this universe. There's other people like you that want to hear what you have to say. That's how you can find them, by speaking your truth and expressing yourself. That's where we find the other ones, because it's like we got these little beacons on us that help us to connect with each other. But if we're in a flock of the people that are not like that, sometimes we hold our tongue, we bite ourselves back. We're like, nah, I'm just gonna stay here and fucking settle with people that don't get it. And I'm noticing this is 18 and 9. So 1 and 8 is 9, and then 9, and the 9s are all about like the endings of a cycle, closing out the chapter, and letting this stuff go from the past. So there's definitely something shifting at this time. And the 22 is the portal is open. Expanded. Ask permission to enter. Leave all negative fears behind and go inside. It is time to learn more than you have gained from living in the 3D life school. No more stupid school here. Sucky school. My phone is dying. We had a shitty school. This school sucks. Stupid. Hate it. I don't like it. But you have an opportunity to go into the Mount Shasta. So it is said that under Mount Shasta in Northern California is a crystalline city home to the former inhabitants of the Pacific continent of Lemuria. So, as with many other planets and advanced civilizations, choose to live underground, as the surface world is often too volatile and dangerous. In the old days, many sightings of the Tall Ones trading with the gold nuggets were reported by the locals in Mount Shasta City and surrounding towns. I have heard first-hand accounts from the old-timers who have interacted with them in the town. It is said their portal to Telos in the Panther Meadows high up on the mountain. I have had personal experiences and received guidance, instructions, and visions of the things to be created from my own vortex portal in the Mount Shasta. I have written details of these experiences in my book, The Art Through the Eyes of the Soul. So, the portals, and this is weird because like this week I did a reading for somebody, and it was talking about like there's sacred places and like ley lines that all connect across the lands, but like Merlin, the dragons, Mother Mary or Mary, and the dragon energy with Michael, like Archangel Michael. There's like stuff like that over in the different places, like where like the Stonehenge is and the Michael Tor, and it's like all these sacred sites. And I had said, I had put the book out that has that meditation, and I did this meditation back in 2015. It was part of the New Paradigm, and it like talks all about that, like King Arthur, and the dragons, and like you go into a fucking cave, and when you're in the cave, there's these crystals that activate, and there's the white ones and the black ones, and it's like the duality, blah, blah, blah. So I had like seen that, and then the next day someone got a reading from me, and I had mentioned to them, I'm like, the dragons seem important, and I said something else, and then in Mintaka, like whatever I had said to them, it was like, oh my God, and it triggered them to remember something that someone else had said to them earlier in the week, and they send it to me, and it's talking about all of the things that are in there. Now the next day, after that whole thing happened, I had Googled something, clicked on it, go in and read the description, and when I clicked on the link, it brings me to somebody that's like going to those places specifically to connect with the dragon and Michael and Mary and the fucking things that were all Like, there were so many of those things happening. But then that same day, she specifically had said something about Mount Shasta. Like, when I had let her know, like, hey, yeah, so this shit, like, look, like, we talked about this last night, and da 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 da. I just found this. And she had said something about Mount Shasta, and then I had talked again to somebody else, like, a couple of days after. So, and about, like, a retreat there. So that you may be being called to go there, to have fun there. You're not alone either. There will be people who will want to go there. Like, and I had said, like, I want to go to Peru, but maybe I should go somewhere around on the United States before I go out of the fucking place that I'm here, just because it's like a less intense journey. But I think a lot of people, you don't have to go there in person either. You can meditate. Like, that was my thing with that girl that night, was like, she felt like she was being called to connect with, like, the ley lines and the sacred places. But the place, the thing that the person's doing is like $8,888 for 3 days. And that doesn't include your flight, and that doesn't include your hotel. And it's like, you get breakfast and lunch. And I'm like, for 3 days? Holy shit. So, you don't have to go there if you can't afford it. You could also see, like, you could create a thing and bring other people there and be the one that charges $8,888 to go for 3 days with people. But I feel like they're wanting you to go to where you're being called so that you can connect with others who want to connect with you. Like, you're not alone in this universe. There's other people that are like you. There's other people that want to connect with you. And don't take anything for granted. There's plenty of opportunities on the planet. Like, and like, even here, they're inside of a mountain. I feel like you're being called to journey into the mountains. Whether they're Mount Shasta or whatever, all of them are sacred and powerful. They have the spirits of the Apu within them, the spirits of the mountain. And you don't even have to go into the mountain physically. You can fucking meditate and think about and believe and receive all of those things by just visualizing it or finding a guided meditation that will help you to do so. Like, I have the Merlin one recorded. And I can add it to my things. I don't know if I added it or not. I only charge like $5 for them. You go to the sacred places. You go to the dragon. You fucking ride on the dragons, all that stuff. But you don't need me to be the one to do it. It's just like, it's already done. So, if you can relax and find peace and go within yourself, you can ask the right questions. You can go and connect to the right places. You can illuminate the messages, the guidance, and the things that want to come through to you at this time. So, yeah, there's definitely something like with specifically counting with, like, connecting with the mountains and opening that portal, being open to and receptive to the energy of it. And then now 33 is here. That other card was 22. And 33 wants for you to know. What the fuck? Conscious vision. Align your spirit with source. Remove blockages and permit insights and inspirations to enter. This will allow you to infuse spirit into matter, and any project can benefit from this process. So many spiritual practices exist for one basic purpose: to align yourself with source. For visionary artists, it is to bring back high ideals from the subtler realms and manifest them on the physical plane. The artist, as a vehicle, must be open to move between worlds consciously and retain as accurately as possible that which is to be infused into matter. The major difference between a vision and an idea is very plain. An idea you can build upon and evolve, while a vision comes through whole and complete. It already exists, and when permitted to speak, the subconscious mind speaks in its own language of symbols and archetypes. These, in turn, possess an esoteric language or code you must decipher to unlock. Where words restrict, symbols do not. The subconscious is not separated from source, so the wisdom and knowledge you can access is unlimited. I think that's what I was saying. That's kind of what I was saying, right? I don't know what the fuck they say until I read it, but yeah, that's what they want you to do, is to do some of that, because there's things that you're going to be receiving, and you can, like, because, like, when you first close your eyes, you may not see anything, but if you let yourself relax and, like, go on a journey, a lot of times you do start to see it. I've had people tell me, they're like, oh my God, I saw everything before you said it. And that lets me know that it's legit. Like, it's really helping them. But yeah, I think there's that stuff that they want you to connect with, visions that you are meant to see that are outside of the motherfucking flock mind and are going to help you to, like, even if you don't know what it means, you don't have to. You receive it. Like when we see 333, 444, 555, I believe that we are receiving downloads in that moment, but we don't necessarily consciously have like the description of it in that moment. It may come out of us later, and we're like just randomly saying something to someone. We don't really know where that information came from, but it feels right and true, you know. Those things are available to you all the time, all those moments. There. All right. When they reach out to you, it's because they want to connect with you, or they have a message for you, or they have something, like I just said with that person. Like there's something. Like be open to the messages from There's so many, like every day. You know, sometimes we don't even know who they are, but if there's somebody specific, there's usually an energy and a frequency that they have to give to you, to deliver to you. And that's, you just, like what you're saying right there is exactly what I was just saying to them. Like there's a message, there's a vision, there's something for you to receive, and you're receiving it. She was dressed up and she said, "You deserve to live a worthy life." I was at work. She didn't approve of my IC. That will happen a lot. Thank you. I actually have something I like recorded last night. I might share on the channel because I feel like some of it is like might not share all of it, but some of what it was, because some of it was, I don't know, there's so many fucking things, so many things that are like intertwined. It was the first time a deity ever showed up in my head. It was so direct. I was like, OMFG. Well, it is kind of crazy when they show up. Hello. Mount Shasta talking as I walk in. Yeah. See? Lots of us are. That's probably a message for you right there. That's why, like, when I'm scanning shit, like, sometimes one little thing sticks out to me and I'm like, oh, and I just received that piece of it. We don't have to have, you know, whatever makes sense. It's about 3 hours from me. I'm in the redwoods of Northern Cali. Awesome sauce. Go up there. What the fuck are you waiting on? Take a walk. My dad, wish that Stephen could be filled from Crystal and his family from between us. My dad is connected to Merlin. Awesome sauce. His hair is even long like his. Nice. Hello. I was in Shasta and Redwood in 2021. Next calling Bolivia. Titicaca Lake. Lake Titicaca. In Lake Titicaca. Ma'am, I'm getting affected with other people's opinion. What should I do? What should I have to focus on? I said a lot of stuff about that tonight. Like when this one posts, you might want to listen back to some of it, because there was a lot of messages that came through, like specifically connected to that. But it's like we gotta stop caring. Like they can only their opinion can only impact you if you allow it to. You keep like, you know, like, who gives a fucking shit what you think? If I give a shit what you think, then it bothers me. But if I don't give, like, do they, like, is there any, like, sometimes we think that, like, it matters because maybe they have more money, or maybe because they have something nice that we don't have, or they're older, or whatever. But, like, when it comes down to the fundamentals of who they fucking are as a person, and that would even go in their way of, like, let me, you know, make you feel shitty about yourself, are they anybody that we should give a shit about what their opinion is? Probably not. You know, if they don't value other people, or they make you feel less than, or they like try to do that, let's not, you know, listen. And then if it is us, if we're being triggered by other people's like goodness, right? Like, oh, they're a good person and they're great, and I could probably learn from them, or like, you know, it'd be nice to have what they have. We gotta check and make sure like we're not in envy, because like we get impacted by spirits of envy and like greed and jealousy and resentment and all that shit. But we don't have to. Again, we don't have to let what other people have or don't have, or think or don't think, or say or don't say, impact us. But it does take growth, and it takes a few times of getting triggered. Like sometimes you're gonna get triggered by something, and it's gonna piss you off. But then the next time it comes around, it may not have the same effect because you processed it, you let it go, you did the work connected to it, and it gets better with age. But like bitter revenge, or letting it really like, because like the people who do that stuff, like that want to like say something to you to push your buttons or fuck with you, like they want you to react. They want you to be upset. They want you to feel the impact of it. They want to take you down a notch. So they win when we let them do that. So don't let them win. And don't fall to their level of like, let me fucking go say the same thing, or let me try to, tit for tat. It's like a lot of people aren't worth it, because it just makes us sick from within. Like we start to, we'll reflect. I've seen so many people that are really not nice people that were one time very beautiful, but then they become not so much because they embody who they are from within. And it happens like they get all like, ugh. It's not good. It's not good to be bad. And it like poisons people, or the people who are susceptible to the demonic like influence of those spirits of like that shit. It comes in. It's not healthy. We gotta be powerful. We gotta call on like cutting our cords. Archangel Michael, protect me, support me, surround me. Acknowledge when we are being a little like stupid sometimes. Like, oh, I wish maybe bad. Like if we feel bad because we don't have or we don't look a certain way, we can shake that off and let that go, because that's also part of the conditioning from society of like, oh, you should be air fucking like brushed, and you should do all these operations, and then like not even be a real human being now with the AI. You should just be a fake fucking phony thing that is impossible to attain. And what do you mean you're not? I guess you aren't good enough. No, that's a lie. There's so many people who don't even look as they actually are. There's so many like of that catfish shit. So just know that like there's a lot of falseness, and there's a lot of things that are programmed to make us feel shitty about ourselves that are not true, and only you get to determine how you're going to respond to those things. It's majestic over here. Awesome. A lot of beautiful mountains. Did you go to the Crater Lake? Nope. It really is. It creates its own weather. I think I'm having telepathy, probably. Whatever you think, you think. I really feel I'm getting stronger in my psychic talents. Yeah, they just told you that. They just told you that. Whatever you fucking think is the truth. A lot of times, what the first thing that comes up to our mind is the truth, but we're like, let me doubt it. Let me pretend it's not. Awesome shows. Yes, they don't. I'm going through detachment and spiritual transformation. Takes some time. And sometimes we think we're good, and then something comes up and is like, fucks with us all over again. It's like levels and degrees. But if we can stay relaxed and cool, calm, and see beyond those illusions of that shit, we can break those negative cycles, and eventually, like, you start radiating so high that the tests stop coming. You're so confident, you become untouchable, unbotherable, unfuckable, or unfuckwithable. Nobody can get you unless you let them. Look into the control dramas. It'll totally change the way certain interactions affect us. There's so many people out there too that do shit. Like me learning a lot about like psychology and like why people lie or manipulate or do weird ass fucking shit. Like it helps. It helps you to realize, oh, okay, that's why. Like it's not just a me thing. I wasn't just like targeted. I didn't do anything to make them do that. They're just fucked up because of whatever they went through. A lot of people, like our parents, can only give to the degree that they received. They try to maybe do a little bit better, but like it's a cycle. Like I said, everything fucking repeats here, over and over until we decide to break that and be like, no, that doesn't need to keep happening. Thank you. Hello. All right. So it's been a couple hours now. I'm going to come back on tomorrow night because I thought today was Thursday for some reason, and it's not. And I know some of the members might not expect me to be here tonight. So I'm going to come back tomorrow night at 9 and do the readings for them. And I know, I don't know, is she still, yeah, she's still here. Shiza has been here since the beginning, and some of you guys are also here. I'm going to do like a collective message just to see what you guys need. But like, the whole readings tonight, a lot of the same messages. We're integrating and balancing our feminine and our masculine. We're doing what we need to do to like what we give and get back, right? Sometimes we give too much and we don't give back because we're giving too much. Or sometimes we take too much and we're not giving enough. And it's like we gotta, like, I feel like we're coming to a time where those things are balancing out, also in the terms of like what was taken from you, stolen from, where the people who have like wanted to fuck with you, people who've been battling you, who are toxic and karmic and fucking weird. Like I said, sometimes people are just fucked in the head and they're like crazy. or they become influenced by the demon, darkness, the spirits of all that shit. Those things are going away. You're going to be freed from the things that you've been tied to, the people that have been that way. You're like walking away from that shit without and maybe it will be fearful. Like some of us may be afraid of the next chapter. Some of us may be afraid of the unknown. Sometimes we get used to certain things or certain dynamics where it's just like what we don't always go to what's good for us. We go to what's familiar. And sometimes familiar is fucked up. Sometimes familiar is unhealthy. Sometimes familiar is, not the best people or things. But you're going to start collaborating with the people who are good for you and healthy for you and don't leave you in anxiety and sleepless nights, that aren't manipulative and saying stuff under the fucking guise of something else. They're not lying. They're not cheating. They're not, acting from that energy. And any of that time that you've felt depressed or having to guard yourself, protect yourself because of that bullshit, you have had this opportunity to heal that inner child and to re-nurture yourself or nurture that little child under the surface so that things can spin in a better fucking direction, right? So we can come out of that troubled energy. So, things can balance. Like I said, things can balance out. The masculine, the feminine, the good and the bad, all of those things. You took that next level commitment to yourself. These old cycles are closing out. The distractions, the illusions, the bullshit, the people who have been greedy or guarded are letting that shit go. And it's the death of the old and something new, where we can have the union of goodness within and on the external. You're nurturing the inner and the outer. You're opening up to take a leap of faith into a new beginning. And your goal is within reach, which is motherfucking divine union. Look at that. The boop, the boop. Okay? Divine union within yourself. It aligns you with the divine union in the external, where it's like the goodness, the best, okay? Whatever that could be. And who knows what that actually means. But it's going to be fucking good. We don't have to worry. It's going to be good. Maintain compassion under pressure, because there may be pressure that happens. Sometimes you get tested, but it's like in those last days of the test, the more that you resolve and you commit, the more that you hold on to your energy, protecting yourself, committed to. And like I said, deep memories are stirring. People are remembering shit that they forgot. People are remembering things from other lives. People are remembering their gifts. They're remembering who the fuck they are. They're not just the little version of themselves. You guys are fucking creators. You're gods. You're there's more to you than what meets the eye. And a lot of us have bought into the bullshit that there's a higher thing, so much more better than us, because we just are sucky pew pew, they're in all of the fucking stories are like that out there. Justice is going to be served. You're going to remember you're not just a little peon. You're not just a little thing. You're a big thing. You're sexy, you're single, you're confident. You deserve better days, and that's going to be speeding up. That clarity is coming. We're getting that call. You are just as powerful as the things that are outside of you. You are connecting with the aspects of you that you've lost along the way. The things are coming in at this time that we've been waiting on. A new beginning. And you might have to fight a little bit, and trust, but celebrations will manifest as long as you allow for them to do so. But yeah, you're shape-shifting, and we're letting go of the resentment. It's no good to be mad that we got fucked up and lied to. Just know that it happened so that we can understand and transform and unveil our gifts. We're unveiling our gifts, and some of us need to connect with the mountains, the Apu spirits. There's ancient spirits within the mountains. And also remember that that's a version of you. We're all one. So whatever spirit is out there is a reflection of you. If one of these spirits comes up to connect with you, they're connecting with you because they are you. Because there's something that you need to shapeshift into in order to go in the new direction. Okay? And there is wisdom within all of it. And even in the pain, even in the suffering, even in the struggle, there's wisdom. Surrender the denial. Trust and believe that you are amazing. Accept that people and situations exactly as they are. Whatever. We don't need to deny the difficulties, and then you can see things clearly and make the best decision from that play. Okay, you know what? They suck. Whatever. Accept it. Move on. Better than this, because if we don't, we stay and we hate it. And we're we keep complaining about it, and it gets worse. So just accept that people sometimes are just not, the circumstance, whatever the fuck it is that's going on, may not be the best. But then we don't resent. So holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others and their shortcomings and keep moving towards the positive situations in your life. And don't be stubborn with it. No more just people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everybody else fucking happy. Stop it. Don't be negative thinking. Don't be letting other people keep you in a place that you don't need to be. You have control over your thoughts, and when negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. You can say cancel, clear, delete, because we do it a lot and we bring it in. Like the things that were the most like, oh, it's going to get bad, it's going to get worse. It usually does because we're creators. So just know you can get rid of that shit and surrender to your full power. Your life is calling you for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Okay? So just know that good things are on the way for those of you who are ready for it, for this renewal. And be grateful. Grateful helps to bring in even more. Things are being recovered that we've lost, memories and all of that stuff. Things that were taken away. So whatever you've released, better is on its way. Just know goodness is coming. And any confusion, you're going to be getting clarity because you are creators. Creation. Better creation is on the way. All right. Much love. Thank you. Yes, I think some of us have definitely had. I feel like the people here will understand the testing. It's like one fucking big test to the next, but eventually we get past all that. All right. So thank you guys very much. We are the gods. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Everybody's waiting for someone to come save us or do something. Somebody should. But you are the somebody. You are the somebody. So you should remember that and honor that. You've been here before. You know what you're doing. It's innately inside. But I'm going to go now. I'm going to take a little resty rest. And I'll be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. So thank you guys. It's been hard to follow my heart and but be told that I made the wrong mistake, but learning. Yeah, don't let anybody tell you that stuff. Even if you were telling yourself that, like, nothing that we go through or do is for nothing. Your unique story is your story for a reason. It made you who you are. There may be something that you learned from extreme suffering and struggles that you can then turn around and help other people to recognize stuff, see stuff. Like, you don't get wisdom unless you are usually going through something that brings out wisdom. When I was a little girl, I'm like, I want to be wise. I want wisdom. I wanted wisdom for some fucking stupid reason. I always wanted wisdom. And then, oh, wow, look at all this bad stuff that keeps happening. Like, making you so much wiser. So, just know the wisdom comes from the struggle. And it will lead you to better, because wise people learn those lessons. They know what to do. They're going to, get to the best place. But it might take a little while. And most of the people who actually succeed at shit are old when they get there. Thank you. I'm glad that makes sense for you. But I'm going to post this, and there's 2 hours here. A lot of these same messages are coming through tonight. So if you want to listen back to it, I think that it will probably make sense for others. But thank you guys. I will be back tomorrow night, and I'm gonna share something else here too that kind of correlates with a lot of what we've been talking about. But I will see you. Thank you very much. The School of Hard Knocks teaches you the most. 2, 2, 2, 2 on the clock. Namaste.